Hello and welcome to GC360. I'm Joby Peoples.
And I'm Cole Rogers. The midterm election campaign is winding toward a close, and there are some important races in Georgia to follow. Early voting is underway at the Milledgeville Courthouse in advance of Election Day on Tuesday. The two big contests attracting national attention are for U.S. Senate and Governor. Republican David Perdue, Democrat Michelle Nunn, and Libertarian Amanda Swafford are running for the Senate. Republican Governor Nathan Deal is fighting a challenge from Democrat Jason Carter, former President Jimmy Carter's grandson. The outcome of the Senate race could help decide whether Republicans will take control of the upper chamber from the Democrats. Out with the old and in with the new. After years of wear and tear, a beloved campus icon gets a makeover. GC360's Benedict Esposito brings us that story.
For the second time in a month, one of the most recognizable images of Georgia College has gone missing. This time, it's the Bobcat head on front campus. Workers hammered it out. This came just 2 weeks after the fountain in front of A&S was dismantled. Fortunately, just like in the case with the fountain, there is no need for alarm.
The old one was cracked and weathered. We're actually changing the head.
Work on the Bobcat head isn't specifically related to the Georgia College quincentennial. It just happened at the time of the anniversary and right after the fountain replacement. A textbook example of perfect timing. The school hired Willie Lamar Block Brick Construct of Milledgeville to do the work. Willie Lamar explained his company's approach to the job.
Well, you have to take the old cat out and then you have to put a base in. As you can see, the gray here, the dark gray is the base. And we put it in yesterday, and the next day is the process of laying out the cat dry, as it over there. And the next step is to set it. So we are in the process of setting it. This is a base coat, and this is what you set it on. This is the sticking process.
After which, the parts of the new plaque are put in like a puzzle. The new Bobcat head does leave one question. Does the tradition still hold that if someone walks over it, they won't graduate in 4 years? We asked a veteran student ambassador, Cullen Wallace. He firmly believes that just because it's new doesn't mean the tradition goes away. Georgia College now has yet another new piece to show off for its 125th anniversary and beyond. For GC360, I'm Benedict Esposito.
Good news for campus library goers. Plans are in the works for an additional entrance, which means easier access from the outside. But what will this mean for a little-known campus museum? GC360's Kenzie Morgan brings us the story.
Russell Library is one of the landmark buildings on the Georgia College campus. There's the front entrance and the back way in and out. But plans are afoot for an additional entrance from Clark Street, and that will mean some changes.
The reason for opening the entrance that is already in existence is to improve the flow and to improve the access to the wonderful collections that Georgia College Library has.
Currently, the entrance at Clark Street leads into the Flannery O'Connor Museum, which connects to the library through locked doors. This leaves the question of what is going to happen to the museum.
Well, as far as the museum going, there are going to be some changes happening with the way how the museum actually functions.
What those changes might be is currently unclear.
We are in the planning stages. The architect is working on the plans and drawing up ideas and plans, so we don't know yet how things are going to work out.
The budget for the construction needed to open up a third entrance to the library is yet to be determined. Moshnick hopes that once the work is done, both students and faculty, as well as people in the community, will find the library more easy to access.
Students come to us frequently and they say we cannot find out a way around this building.
The Flannery O'Connor's Museum currently exhibits Cruising the Fossil Freeway, a traveling exhibition with fossils from the Georgia College Natural History Museum by paleontologist Kirk Johnson and artist Ray Troll. It's going to hang until December 12th. How long the museum is going to be intact is a question that is yet to be answered.
Probably the construction is not going to start until 2015, sometime in the fall, summer-fall 2015.
It's clear change is coming, and that change will involve the Flannery O'Connor Museum. This is Kinsey Morgan reporting for GC360.
Visiting other countries is exciting and educational, but for many college students, international travel is a stretch for the bank account. But there is a way to get a small taste of life outside the U.S. right here on the Georgia College campus. GC360's Katie Riggs has that story.
Georgia College held its International Day on Wednesday, October 22nd on Front Campus. Students could experience different cultures through food, games, crafts.
We will make Japanese nail and we will teach how to make origami.
And entertainment.
I've been aiming to stop by so many times and say thank you for the ride.
International Day, International Week in general, is to promote international students and the diversity that Georgia College has people don't know about.
There were 36 countries represented at this year's International Day.
Like right now we have about 20 different countries represented here at International Day. Total we have about 36 countries at Georgia College in total. I'm looking forward to most is we have the International Day variety show.
We spoke with several international students who dressed up in their country's traditional clothing for the day.
Okay, I'm wearing I'm Malay, so this is my traditional clothes. We usually wearing this during our celebration. Yeah.
Many students came out to celebrate and got a lot out of the experience.
I think it is a great opportunity for cultural exchange. I myself have been very curious about what Americans think about Sweden, since I don't know what identify us.
We even got a taste of some foreign languages, as students told us to have a nice day in their native language.
Ha en trevlig dag.
Einen schönen Tag noch.
Passe une bonne journée. Yo, itinitio!
For GC360, this is Katie Riggs.
Andalusia Farm was home to Flannery O'Connor.
But it's also home to something else. Find out what comes to the farm once a year when we come back on GC360.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
Well, come on, man.
Welcome back to the show. We all know what's just a few short days away, Halloween. We wanted to hear what our fellow Bobcats are dressing up as. Check it out.
So for Halloween this year, me and a friend and I are going to both be Spider-Man, and we're going to be twin Spider-Man.
This year for Halloween, I decided to be a Dunkin' Donut. I'm going to wear a basketball uniform and a donut floaty.
I think for Halloween, I'm going to be a pumpkin because that's really like fall-ish, and it's pretty cheap too, and that'd be cute.
Let's talk about Honey Boo Boo, a story that hit not only Milledgeville newsstands, but national ones as well. According to TMZ.com, TLC has officially canceled the show due to allegations that Honey Boo Boo's mother, June, is dating a child molester. Honey Boo Boo's sister, Anna, also known as Chickadee on the show, has claimed that he molested her as well. June denies these allegations and says that she would never put her children in danger, but TLC is still sticking with their decision of canceling the show.
If you're looking for something fun to do this week, check out CAB's event on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock in Magnolia Ballroom. They'll be showing the movie Maleficent, accompanied by free pizza and Halloween treats. What better way to kick off your Halloween weekend? Another fun event going on this week is the Delta Zeta and Kappa Alpha Haunted House, another perfect start to the Halloween weekend. It will be open October 29th through October 30th at the KA House from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Tickets are $5 at the door or $3 at the fountain. There will also be a Peach State Pride table there, so bring some extra cash.
That sounds fun. Well, if you were anywhere near Andalusia Farm over the weekend, you probably heard the sound of banjos ringing through the trees. No, it wasn't your imagination. It was the annual Bluegrass Festival. GC360's Julia Ward was there to bring us the story.
Saturday was the 10th annual Bluegrass Festival at Andalusia Farm, the final home of author Flannery O'Connor. The festival was held at the large field behind the farmhouse where O'Connor lived the final 14 years of her life.
Flannery O'Connor moved to the family farm here at Andalusia when she was diagnosed with lupus.
The festival ran from 4 to 9 p.m. Sawgrass, Heart Pine, and the Packway Handle Band took the stage. Local vendors, Old Clinton's Barbecue, Top Dog, Growler, and Doodle's Cupcake Bakery joined in on the fun and provided food for the festival goers. Executive Director Elizabeth Wiley explained why the festival has been such a success.
To have local people come here and get to know Andalusia as a place that is a tradition, a family tradition. They can come, the kids remember, oh, bluegrass.
Because bluegrass has strong ties to Georgia, O'Connor's farm has been the ideal location for the event.
And it's great that this is not only perpetuating bluegrass in the middle Georgia region, but also getting the word out about Flannery.
With Andalusia Farm being in the heart of Georgia, attending the festival each year has become a tradition for many. Wiley has made it her mission to put the farm's funds directly into the enhancement of the public's overall experience.
So I got here, and one of my goals in the very beginning was to improve the visitor experience. So part of that was improving the backyard so there's a place to hang out. To run around in a free space like this is kind of a nice thing.
Thanks to the dedication and support of Flannery's followers, Andalusia's legacy continues to live on. This is Julia Ward reporting for GC360.
That's all we've got for entertainment this week. We hope everyone has a spooky and safe Halloween.
After the break, we'll hear from Josh, our sports anchor. Now back to the news desk with Joby.
Thanks, Caitlin and Mackie. After the break, Josh has the latest on the new Baldwin County High School football coach. We'll be right back on GC360.
In 1977, in Johannesburg, South Africa, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. By the age of 9, he was already outplaying him. The odds of this gentle lad winning the Junior World Golf Championships at the age of 14, 1 in 16 million. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European Pro Golf Tours, 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the Open Championship once and the US Open Championship twice, 1 in 780 million. The odds of this professional golfer having a child diagnosed with autism, 1 in 88. Ernie Els encourages you to learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Hello and welcome to this edition of GC360 Sports. I'm Josh Watkins, and I will be bringing you the stats and scores from all your favorite teams in the Milledgeville area. And later on, we'll take a look inside the Baldwin County High School football Braves and their new head coach, Lee Hanna. We'll begin by talking about Georgia College sports. The GC women's volleyball team welcomed two conference opponents to the Centennial Center this weekend. The Bobcats started off on Friday with the USC Aiken Pacers, who thrashed the home team in winning in straight sets 3-0. The Bobcats failed to score more than 17 points in any one of those three sets. On Saturday, the Cats took on Landry University and met the same fate as the day before. Once again, the Bobcats lost 3-0 in straight sets, giving them 2 losses on the weekend. Georgia College has lost their last 9 matchups and have not won a single set in the last 6. The team moves to 7-16 on the season and 2-12 in conference play. In other Georgia College news, the athletic department has raised over $9,000 for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. For those of you who don't know, the Make-A-Wish Foundation grants a wish for children diagnosed with life-threatening illnesses. Their goal? To be instrumental in changing these kids' lives for the better and giving them hope. Georgia College ranks 4th in all of Division II sports in fundraising for the cause, which was announced recently by the NCAA. The GMC Bulldogs traveled to Little Rock, Arkansas to take on the Arkansas Baptist College Buffaloes. The Bulldogs won convincingly, beating the home team 55-20, sealing their second consecutive win. Points were scored by 7 different players on all sides of the football. The offense scored both passing and rushing touchdowns, special teams kicked field goals, and the Dogs even intercepted a pass and returned it for a touchdown in the game. Teammates on every front contributed to the team's victory. The Bulldogs are off this coming weekend, but will take on Lackawanna College in Morgantown, West Virginia, in the team's final game of the season following this weekend. Now it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for, the announcement of this week's Stellar Standout. GC360 Stellar Standout of the Week award goes to Maggie Roper, a freshman outside hitter from Buford, Georgia. She leads the Bobcat volleyball team with 225 total kills on the season with a kill percentage of 2.88. Congratulations, Maggie, on being this week's Stellar Standout. The Baldwin County High School football Braves are 5-3 this season under new head coach Lee Hanna. GC360's Mallory Stinson has more on the new coach.
Baldwin County High School has a new head football coach this season. Lee Hanna is bringing new and exciting ideas to the program.
It was the first place that gave me an opportunity to become a head coach and make a dream reality. And like I said, I owe him a lot. I'm here to try to prove a point and just, make something special happen here in Milledgeville.
Coach Hanna has plenty of experience to draw on. He served as the defensive coordinator at 5 different high schools in Georgia. He maintains high energy during practices, which is just one of the many changes he's brought to the team.
Coach Hanna's always amped up. He's a great guy. He pushes the defense, he pushes the offense. He's always trying to get us going.
Hanna's coaching style differs from previous coaches at Baldwin County, which opens up many opportunities for the players on the field.
He gonna run the ball. Last year, coach was a little throwing it, so that's different. He defensive-minded coach.
I'm a pretty intense guy. I'm a defensive-minded coach, a players coach that tries to get the most out of his players. Like I said, I think good offense comes from good defense, good special teams, but that's where I hang my hat on, defense.
Along with his defensive mindset, Coach Hanna stresses the importance of the players making good grades.
We stress academics here at Milledgeville, at Baldwin High School. And like I said, we do a progress report each week where they turn in every Thursday and I check grades and so forth. If it's not up to par, then the kids not play. I've had to suspend a few this year because of grades and so forth.
Coach Hanna sees his football team as a family and specifically cares for each member.
He really is a big believer in we're all a family, so it's all for one and one for all.
I'm looking out for the person and not just the player.
Coach Hanna encourages you to come out and support the Baldwin County Braves as they take on Mary Persons High School here in Milledgeville. I'm Mallory Stinson, reporting for GC360.
That's all I've got for sports this week here on GC360. I'll see you next week. Joby, do you have have next for us on GC360?
Well, Josh, coming up after the break, we have evidence on film of what teamwork can accomplish in just 48 hours. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
Welcome home, man.
Hollywood movies take months or even years to make, so it's impossible to make a film in just one weekend, right? Wrong. Georgia College students are doing just that. GC360's Shayna Vennick has the story.
The 48-hour film project is a wild and sleepless weekend in which you and a team make a movie in just 48 hours.
We wrapped up about around, I think it was like, what, 3 a.m.? 4 a.m. in the morning. And here we are in the home stretch, just editing everything, adding any kind of special effects that are needed.
On Friday night, groups are assigned a character, a prop, a line of dialogue, and a genre to include in the movie.
So last night we got assigned our film genre, which was horror and romance, and then we got our character, we got our line that we have to put in it, and we got our prop that we have to include in it.
48 hours later, the movie must be complete, then it will show at a local theater the following week.
We did it last year. We had a ton of fun last year doing it. We didn't make it into like the finals or anything with the 48-hour challenge, but we did get filmed we got screened at the Baldwin Film Festival.
The film project's mission is to advance filmmaking and promote filmmakers. The tight deadline of 48 hours puts the focus squarely on the filmmakers, emphasizing creativity and teamwork skills.
Honestly, I didn't really know too many people when I first started this group, but now that we've really gone through this, I feel like I've made a lot of friends.
And that's a wrap. This is Shayna Vennick reporting for GC360.
Reach for the stars. That's the phrase that Baldwin County teacher Sally Ellis Davis used to encourage her students to excel. Since her death in 1950, she has been remembered as a passionate educator and an African-American trailblazer. Her legacy lives on through her house, which is now a community meeting place. GC360's Abby Collar has the story on what's going on there now.
A new exhibit at the Sally Ellis Davis House showcases accomplishments of African American women. It's called Black Women, Achievements Against the Odds. This is the second of 2 exhibitions that center on African American women. The first focus on achievements in the arts.
And here we have sciences, different aspects of military and social life.
Achievements Against the Odds is a self-guided tour that can be enjoyed by anyone. For Georgia College students and staff, the exhibit is free of charge and there are plenty of opportunities to stop by.
Students can come between the hours of 11 and 1 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and between 1 to 4 on Fridays, and every second Saturday of the month from 10 to 4.
If you want to learn more about African American women's culture, lives, and impact, check out this exhibit at the Sally Ellis Davis House. This is Abby Kaler reporting for GC360.
Today, the names Wells, Napier, and Parkhurst mean one thing to GC students: dorms. But back up a few years, and they mean a whole lot more. GC360's Sarah Ziegler brings us this story in your GC History Minute.
Do you ever wonder how your dorm got its name? All of Georgia College's residence halls are named after someone significant to the college's history. Wells Hall was built in 1965. It is named after Guy Wells, the president of Georgia State College for Women, from 1934 to 1953. He was known as a father figure to the students. Wells Hall was renovated in 2004. Stanford Hall was built in 1938. It is named after Stedman V. Stanford, the president of the University of Georgia from 1932 to 1935. Parkhurst Hall was built in 1949 and named after Gortner Mumford Parkhurst.
It's officially registration week, so that means probably one of the most stressful times for all GC students. Now, Cole, you're a freshman, right?
I am, yeah.
So registration is a little bit different for you than it is everyone else.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
How so?
When we got our first schedule coming into our fall semester, we also got our spring schedule. So we've had our schedule for basically the whole year.
That's kind of crazy. I wonder why they do that.
Yeah, you could, I guess, pro and con it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we have it set, but we didn't pick what we have, really.
Right. Yeah, like I know that I'm a mass comm major, and we recently just changed the curriculum about a year or two ago, but we have to have all these different kind of classes, and it's just like so stressful when you have like all these people competing for the same specific classes.
Yeah.
Like one of the classes I tried to get into, there's no wait list for it. It's just like a closed section now because it's full, which obviously that's because most likely those people aren't going to, you know, withdraw from that class because they need them. Everyone needs them for graduation.
Yeah.
So it's been a super stressful week. I feel so bad for my advisor. I need to get her like a gift card or something. But that's how it goes, I guess. So I'm sure you'll find out about that next year.
Yeah.
But that's all for this week's episode of GC360. Enjoy the rest of the October weather and have a happy Halloween. I'm Joby Peoples.
And I'm Cole Rogers. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.